So this announcement kind of came out of nowhere. I woke up and had multiple messages from a couple different people sending me this news that there is a brand new Rorschach comic coming out from writer Tom King and artist Jorge Fornes and colorist Dave Stewart. This is super exciting. I'm very pumped for this. So the official press release from DC says, and they put this in all of the bylines for all of the tweets as well, Rorschach may have spoken truth, but he wasn't a hero. Set 35 years after Dr. Manhattan turned Rorschach to dust, it's a new DC 12-issue maxi series beginning Tuesday, October 13th. So this again is from Tom King, who's written Mr. Miracle, The Vision, Batman, a bunch of other stuff, and artist Jorge Fornes, who also, I'm probably mispronouncing his last name, I'm not sure, so apologies there. But Jorge worked on Batman with Tom King. He did a few issues with him. So they're delivering a new vision to one of the most riveting characters from Watchmen, Rorschach. So it's been 35 years since Ozymandias was exposed for dropping a giant telepathic squid on New York City, killing thousands and ending the public's trust in heroes once and for all. The Minutemen are gone, blah, 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 especially in the infamy of Rorschach, who has become a cultural icon since Dr. Manhattan turned him to dust, but he wasn't a hero. And so Tom King says, like the HBO Watchmen show, and very much like the original 86 Watchmen, this is a very political work. It's an angry work. We're so angry all the time now. We have to do something with that anger. It's called Rorschach not because of the character, but because what you see in these characters tells you more about yourself than about them. So then the synopsis thing for the first issue is, so what does it mean when Rorschach reappears as part of a pair of assassins trying to kill the first candidate to oppose President Robert Redford in decades? Follow one determined detective as he walks backwards in time, uncovering the identities and motives of the would-be killers, taking him deep into a dark conspiracy of alien invasions, disgraced do-gooders, mystical visions, and yes, comic books. Yeah, I'm very, very excited for this. I love Watchmen. I think it's appropriately one of the most praised comics of all time. You know, obviously I can't say much more about Watchmen that hasn't been said already. I know a lot of people are super iffy and would like them to just leave the characters alone and wish they would kind of just drop it, which I get, but I'm excited for the possibilities that new voices can bring to these characters and sort of this world. So again, this is on the Black Label for DC, so it's a 17 plus title, and it's also out of continuity. It's not in the main DC universe. This is set in the Watchmen universe 35 years after the graphic novel. Super, super excited for this. I think that Tom King works best in these mini maxi series that he does. I love his long run on Batman. I think it's fantastic, but I do still think that his best work is whenever he has a first and a 12th issue. I think that he does his best work there. They're just very powerful. He's very good at doing that. So I'm very excited for this one. I know that he's been teasing this project for a long time. He posted some images of Watchmen comics, I don't even know how many months ago, probably over a year ago at this point, saying that he was doing research. And he's also teased on the Word Balloon podcast a couple times that he's watched and researched a lot of film noir for a project that he was writing, and said that he was taking the approach to writing said project very differently than anything that he had done before. So I can now assume that that was this project. And also, really exciting, this book is done. I know for a fact that Tom King has finished writing all 12 issues of this book, and I'm also pretty sure that Jorge has finished the art on all 12 issues of this book as well. Someone asked Tom King on Twitter a while back about the unannounced project that he had been talking about. He was saying that they were continuing to work on it, and he said that they had finished it completely. So it's either completely finished or very close to being completely finished, which is crazy. There's an entire 12-issue book that's just done and waiting for release. So there won't be any delays here, which is nice. But yeah, I'm just super excited. I think this is a really, really perfect book in style for Jorge as well. Like I said, he did some issues of Batman. He did Batman 66 with Tom King, which was a very, very noir leaning book. As you can see, it fits his style so well, and I think that this book is really going to lend itself to his storytelling sensibilities. He did a few other issues of Batman with Tom King. He did the annual, I think number 4, and some other things, and his art is just fantastic. He can do so much, and so I'm really excited to see. We've gotten some preview pages that I'm showing now that just look incredible. And I'm very, very excited to see what he does over the course of these 12 issues with complete, storytelling freedom, working with Tom, who is, in my opinion, one of the best writers working today, and then Jorge, who I also think is one of the best artists working today and is super underrated. And I'm super excited because I think this is really going to help put him on the map even more than he already is. Because, I mean, granted, like, he did work on Batman, which is arguably the biggest title in the industry at any given time. Like, if you work on Batman, you've pretty much, like, you did it. But he didn't have, like, a super long run on Batman or anything. And I think this book is going to give him a chance really to, like, stand out. And it's very much going to be, like, he did this book. You know, I don't know how to explain that further, but I feel like you kind of get what I mean there. So I'm super, super excited for that. Again, I just love the fact that we're getting more stories. I like more stories in the Watchmen universe just because I think there's a lot of very strong themes and a lot of powerful stories that you can tell there. And I like the quote where King said that these characters reflect more on us, like what we think about them, than the characters themselves. I think that's super interesting. So I'm very, very excited to see where this story goes, what this mystery is going to involve. I love mysteries. I love noir. I love King's writing. I love Jorge's art. So yeah, I'm just super excited for this. I think there's a lot of potential here. Again, I'm glad to see King doing another maxi series. He has Strange Adventures coming out right now, which has been great. And so to get this as well is going to be very, very cool. And it's a different style tonally than Strange Adventures is, but I think it's definitely going to be something that I'm going to really enjoy. It's got a lot of the genres that I like, a character that I'm interested in. Of course, it's not like the original Rorschach, obviously, but it's going to be interesting to see how that all fits together and how that all works out. So I'm super pumped for it. I really can't wait. October 13th is when the first issue drops. So yeah, I'll be sure to. I'll definitely talk about that at probably in a podcast. Maybe is when I'll talk about that. I don't know. Maybe I'll do reacts episodes specifically for these issues. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I guess that's it for me on this one. Just wanted to talk about that announcement, some of my brief thoughts on it, my excitement for it. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like down below. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing and turning that notification bell on. It really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. If you don't, you can go and follow me on Twitter at Batman Files, and you can follow my personal Twitter if you'd like at AP Batman with 2 T's. Post more opinions that aren't strictly comic book or Batman related. And yeah, thank you for watching this video, and be sure to tune into the next one. Later.